This is Conrad Walton at PrescottRealEstate.com. I recently had a buyer start calling me the unicorn hunter because I helped them find their perfect, hard to find dream home and buy it before anybody else could. And I'm going to tell you that story and I'm going to give you the strategy that I used to do that. But first, I'm going to tell you the story about how I learned that trick. And it's not a happy story. So here's the story of how I learned this strategy. And before I get into the details, I got to give you a little background. In the MLS, a listing can be active, which means anybody can show it, anybody can write an offer, all agents, all buyers are welcome to it. Or it's pending, which means they've accepted an offer, it's in escrow, and they're going through the sales process. Or it's closed and it's a done deal. And a little while ago, a couple years ago, I think, we had a new status added called coming soon. Now, coming soon means you can advertise it. You can put signs up, you can put it in the MLS. Everybody knows it's out there and it's coming soon, but nobody can show the house. You can't unlock the front door and walk through it and show your buyer. So it's kind of a weird, in the middle kind of a listing. And I've always thought, well, you can't show a house, you can't write an offer, and you can't buy it. So, coming soon is, why do they even put it out there? So I had a couple that I'd been showing homes to. I don't know how many we'd been through, but we'd been through a few. And I knew the wife was looking on Zillow, and she found one she really liked on Zillow, but it was coming soon. So she knew she couldn't see it. So she didn't mention it to me. So if you see one on Zillow that's coming soon, mention it to your agent. It'll make all the difference. So they called me on a Sunday night, and this coming soon is supposed to go active on Monday. And I'm like, okay, well, let's go see it on Monday. And they said, well, here's what happened. They went to church on Sunday morning, and they ran into some old friends. And hi, how you doing? What's going on? Oh, we're looking for a house. Oh, where are you looking? Oh, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, oh, I know that house. They're a neighbor of mine. I know the guy that owns that house. Well, it's coming soon. And they're like, well, I know the guy. Do you want to just come look at it? And they're like, sure, let's go over. So they went over and they talked to this guy, friend of a friend, sat around the pool, talked for a while, made friends, told stories, had a great time. While they were there, I guess when they first got there, there was a guy leaving, and the owner of the house said, man, I hope that guy doesn't make me do a lot of repairs. And they're like, what do you mean? And he's like, yeah, I've got a deal on the house. I've accepted an offer, and I hope that guy doesn't make me do repairs. And I'm thinking, you can't show a house before it's active. That ain't right. And so I'm like, well, let's see what happens. So Monday morning, I look on the MLS, and sure enough, at 12:01, it went active, and about 7 o'clock in the morning on Monday, it went pending. He had a deal in escrow already. So this annoyed me. I was not happy. This is not the rules. This is cheating. And I emailed my broker just to let off some steam because I was not happy. And they said, well, there's no rule that says you can't write an offer when it's coming soon. The rule is you can't show it. And I'm like, really? Okay. So this is how you play the game, huh? You can write an offer without seeing a house when it's coming soon. Technically, you could write an offer before that even. I mean, it doesn't have to be in the MLS. A contract is a contract between, a buyer and a seller. So you can do whatever you want, write the contract. So I thought, well, that's interesting. So 4 or 5 days later, my second buyer, they email me and they're like, oh my gosh, I just found this house. This house is perfect. I love this house, but it's coming soon. What should we do? And I'm like, let me do a little research. I looked on the MLS and I looked at the previous listing that was, I don't know, 5, 10 years old. And there's a whole set of photos there. And I sent them the photos, the old photos. Does the house look the same? It's probably similar. I don't know. And I said, well, let me talk to the agent. Let me see if we can go at least like walk around the outside of the house. Walking around the outside of the house is not a showing. So I talked to the agent and she's like, yeah, okay, you could do that. The owners, the owners will give you permission to be on their property. You can't come in the house. Okay. So next chance we had, the buyers came up. We walked around the outside of the house, walked through the backyard, looked at the neighborhood, looked at the road, looked at the hills, the everything around it, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, this is amazing. We want this house." So I called the agent. I want to say I want to say we did the walk around at like 10. Called the agent around 2, and I said, "We want to write an offer. And is that okay? Are you willing to accept that?" And the agent said, "Oh, I've got another person who wants to write an offer as well." And I thought, "Oh no, here we go. We're going to get in a bidding war. It's going to cost too much." And she called me back a couple hours later and said, "My buyers said that you were here first, and we're going to honor your offer." Like, whew, okay. So I really appreciated that. She didn't have to do that. I probably wouldn't have done that. I probably would have, gotten a bidding war. But I really appreciated that. That seemed very honorable to me. So we wrote the offer and we had it accepted. And at that point, we went into escrow and the inspection period. During the inspection period, you're going to have your 10, 14 days, whatever. You're going to be able to reject the offer if you get in there and you go, "Oh my gosh, this is not even close. Oh, this is horrible. I was wrong." You can cancel the offer. So you kind of have a backup there. It's kind of scary writing an offer on a house that you've never been inside of. Even if you've seen photos of the inside, that's not the same as setting foot in there. But the out is that you can get out during the inspection period. Well, my buyers love this house. This house was everything they'd ever wanted and more. It checked every box. I never find houses that are this good for buyers. And so we went through the whole buying process and everything went well and worked out. There was some negotiation back and forth on a few issues. There always are in these kind of things. And we ended up closing the deal and everybody's happy. The seller, the buyer, everybody was best friends. We all got along and it was a great deal. And so now I know you can write an offer on a house that is coming soon before you actually ever set foot inside of it. Now, I know there was at least one other offer that was coming. I saw two other cars drive up, look around, and then drive off while we were looking around the neighborhood there, doing the walk around. So just to go over the steps again, you need to define what your unicorn is. You need to know what you're looking for so that when you find it, you'll know you found it. If you just have some vague ideas, you'll never quite know what you're looking at out there, if it's really what you want or not. Define your unicorn first. Then talk to an agent, get on their mailing list, and have them include coming soons. So anytime on the MLS a new listing pops up, you get an email as soon as it pops up within 15 minutes, and you'll be first to be able to go see it. As soon as you see an email, that's one that you like, call your agent, get over there and see it as quickly as you can. And if it's coming soon, have your agent talk to their agent, see if you can come walk around the outside, have your agent do some research, find out if there's an old listing with photos, and get an idea. You need to find out if this is really, really what you want or not. Then the next step is get a signed written contract in that agent's hand. You want to be the first person to have a contract written and submitted. If they accept it, you've got an inspection period or 10 or 14 days to reject it if you want. You can cancel it for no reason. If you get in the front door and think, "Oh my gosh, they remodeled it and they did a horrible job. I really don't want this," you can back out at that point. So I think at the end of this whole buying process, you can end up with a unicorn. You can have your very own hard to find dream home that you've been looking for, and you could be the owner of it. And if you're looking for a unicorn in Prescott, you give me a call. I will help you find it. My name is Conrad Walton at PrescottRealEstate.com. Phone number is 928-925-4428. Call me, text me, we'll talk. give me a call. I am Conrad Walton at Prescott